Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Asian Psycho, and this is going to be a review on the all-new GP rare variant of the Uzi, which is the newest weapon that Nexons introduced to commoners as of the last patch update earlier today. So without further ado, let's get right into statistics here. The Uzi Metal is available at, let's see, the rank of Second Lieutenant 1, which is about up there with the recent trend of the new GP rare weapons, at least in terms of what the rank is one that you need to unlock them. And let's go ahead and compare this to the original Uzi because that's the easiest thing to do, and it does cost, how much does it cost again? 5,880 GP for 7 days. So again, its price tag is still up there. I'm pretty sure it's the same as other GP rare assault rifles and submachine guns, so that's nothing to freak out over, except for the fact that they're still really batshit expensive. And yeah, onto the statistics here. So the Uzi, going over quickly the statistics of the original Uzi, which is the GP standard submachine gun, or the base submachine gun for this family. The normal Uzi has a damage rate of 30. Now the Uzi Metal has a damage rate of 34, so right off the bat you have a 4-point increase in damage. Compared to the Micro Uzi and the Micro Uzi Metal, they both have a damage rate of 36, so it's not quite up there, but the damage is still relatively high for the Uzi Metal when you compare it to, you know, the original Uzi. And its damage profile, it seems to have a very similar damage profile to the Micro Uzi, the NX standard submachine gun. I don't know why this is, but it may, in my mind, it may be because of the fact that the Micro Uzi has that suppressor on it, and if you guys know, suppressors do inflict a damage, a sort of damage, let's say, what do you call it again? Damage reduction, because standard silencers in combat arms give you what, 10% reduction to your weapon's damage, and it doesn't. The Micro Uzi nor the Micro Uzi Metal, both those submachine guns do not specify that their suppressors are meant to not have those damage reductions. So that, in my mind, is a reason why the Uzi Metal has a pretty similar damage profile to both the Micro Uzi and the Micro Uzi Metal. So in terms of sheer damage, it may be nerfed later, but for now, as of this review, the Uzi Metal's damage profile is pretty up there. It's noticeably similar to both the Micro Uzi and the Micro Uzi Metal. Even though the statistics say that, you know, it's got like 2 points less damage, it's still pretty up there. Portability is at an 85. It's the same as the Micro Uzi, so you know, I'm pretty sure the Micro Uzi had 85 portability. Pretty sure about that. And so does the Uzi, so nothing really too special about there. It's not as fast as, say, your standard NX standard submachine guns like the CZ Scorpion or the Magpul which have like 90 portability or something like that, but it's still pretty fast. I mean, it is a submachine gun. Fire rate is standard at 90. I mean, that's the usual trend nowadays. 90 rate of fire. Always gotta have your fast firing submachine guns. Accuracy is at a 64, whereas the normal Uzi had an accuracy of 63. I believe the Micro Uzi and the Micro Uzi Metal also have accuracy ratings of 64 as well, so nothing too special there. The recoil has been unchanged at 65, and it's the same as the Uzis at 65 as well, so the overall recoil has not changed at all, and I'd have to agree with Nex on this one. The spread and the kickback for the Uzi Metal do seem very similar to the original Uzis. I do sense a little bit of discretion here or there, or like a discrepancy in the way that the Uzi Metal kicks up, like the overall spread. The maximum spread is pretty similar, but the Uzi Metal's time to reach its maximum spread has been lengthened, so that means that for you, this means that more of your shots will be more likely to hit because of the fact that the recoil spread doesn't spread out as fast as the original Uzis. But in the end, they still have pretty similar recoil patterns. One thing that I did mention, or that I did notice when using the Uzi Metal, is that it seems to get a lot of headshots, which is a good thing because the original Uzi was known back in the day for being a beast at getting, like, you know, headhunting and stuff. So the Uzi Metal, Micro Uzi Metal and the Micro Uzi 2 do have that characteristic of being able to easily pick off heads. like easily, but I believe that the Uzi Metal is more in line with the original Uzi in its headhunting capabilities. So in that sense, it's pretty good. Ammo count is the same at 30 in the magazine and 90 in reserve. Kind of surprised that they didn't do the 32 round Uzi magazine, but whatever. It's combat arms; they can do whatever they want. And other than that, the cosmetic change to it, it basically looks like a Micro Uzi Metal, except minus the suppressor. So if you see someone who has a gun that looks like the Micro Uzi Metal but doesn't have that suppressor, well, you know what gun they have. As for its handling characteristics, it's Commodore or whoever's designed these new gun mechanics or the animation of these new weapons sure seems to be doing a good job of it, because the Uzi Metal has its own unique firing noise and its own unique handling characteristics. Like the draw animation's unique, the reload animation is unique, the firing noise is unique. I'm pretty sure no other gun in the game it sounds exactly the same as the Uzi Metal so far. So I'm pretty sure I can stand by that pretty distinctively. But hey, it's something new to look at. It refreshes the game a little bit. So the Uzi Metal is completely revamped Uzi. I don't know. It, like before, when Combat Arms used to release like families of guns, they would usually keep the handling characteristics the same. Like perfect example, like the M417 family, the M417, the M417 what was it, Combat. They both had the same reload animation, the same sprint animation, and stuff like that. But oh, by the way, nearly forgot this, but the Uzi Metal also has its own unique running animation as well. But yeah, anyways, the M417 combat, the M417 family, like, when they released the M417, they also released the M417 Combat, so, those two had basically the same animations, and they came out with the M417 SB, which had its own, which was a little bit different, but still pretty similar. Like, the reload animation and the running animation were a little bit different, but you could still see the similarities, and then they released the M417 CQB later on, and that too mimicked the animations of the M417 SB. Now it seems like the trend is starting to become one of, variety, even within the same family. I don't mind if all the animations were the same. Like for example, the Uzi and the Micro Uzi Metal. Those two guns, except for the firing noise, because the Micro Uzi Metal obviously has that suppressor on it. But those two guns are feel exactly the same. It's just that Micro Uzi Metal has more damage, better stats overall. So performance-wise, it feels better, but sentimentally, it still feels like you have an Uzi in your hands. If for those of you guys who have used the Uzi extensively before in the past, but this time around, it's Combat Arms is really genuinely concerned about giving each and every weapon their own unique feel to it. And for me, who's used a lot of guns before, has that whole gun connoisseur series going on. Well, not lately, but I'll work on that. Trust me. But nope. It's to me, it's an improvement, and it's a welcome improvement. And I know I've emphasized it before in previous reviews on the MSG90 DMR, or no, not DMR. Is it called DMR? No, it's MSG90 Camo, and other guns like that in the past. It's something to look at, and it's very refreshing. So, good job, Nexon. Keep up the good work, and the Uzi Metal overall is a very good weapon, and I highly suggest you guys who are who have the GP and the rank high enough to afford it, try it out. It's definitely, if you guys want to be able to, for whatever reason, if you guys are looking to use the Uzi pretty well, either to humiliate people or just to, you've been wanting to use an Uzi for a long time, but you never really got around doing it because you felt like the stats were too bad. The Uzi Metal is a perfect stepping stone over to it. The damage is a little bit high for it, for the original Uzi. The damage profile is just way too different between the two, but it's the best you got into kind of transitioning over to the original Uzi. The original Uzi isn't that bad, but sometimes the sheer lack of damage can sometimes get to you. But the Uzi Metal doesn't have that problem. It's still very powerful, even though it only has a 34 damage rating. You can kind of think of it as a Chris, in fact. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. That's been a review on the Uzi Metal. Go try it out. Go check it out. Hopefully you guys love it. And yeah. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Good shit.
Round start. Round start. Round start. Round start.